Okay, what's up, guys?
Anna.
I'm gonna play some Hitman
The
today.
Carla.
Skip that. Okay.
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning.
Who's gonna die?
I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Okay.
Hey? Hey, who is throwing stuff around here? Come on! What? Yes! Good job. Whatever. Oh, man. What was that noise? Hey? Don't you...
Got my car. Right. This is me.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here.
Oh.
Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Yes, you can.
Yes, please.
If you'd follow me.
Okay, sure. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo.
I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so
thank you.
strange.
That's
Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all.
This is very weird, isn't it?
This is what I mean.
British
You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside. Oh, I could just cry.
One second. Be patted down, okay. Let's drop that. Let's drop that. Thank you for saying we have to be patted down. Alright, I'm done. Where is it? I said drop. Drop. Okay. No, I don't need to drop my coins there, okay.
Just keep calm. I have to give you a pat down if you're coming this way, sir. Just stay calm, please.
Oh yeah, get down there. Oh yeah, get there, good.
Thank you, sir. Please proceed.
You don't kill it with a detonator? No, not either. Which quickly, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I told Kate about those texts.
What did she say?
Well, I thought she'd be mad at me, but she just thanked me. Said she understood the position I was in. We had a really good talk about it, actually.
Oh, what did I tell you? She's a sensible
Sir.
woman. And that stuff from your ex is like manipulation 101.
I know. I guess I thought she was gonna read into them and freak out. Say I must have done something to provoke her.
Shit, man. Caroline really did a number on you.
I'm not on my gun. Can't believe that. You just frisked me. You stupid.
No need to panic.
Yep, only got a rubber duck on me. Rubber duck's so
It'll
great.
be over quick.
Oh, yeah, get down there. Oh, yeah, get down there. Good.
All clear. Move on, sir.
What is that, boys? Everybody good? Yeah.
Ah, you must be Mr. Whitmer.
Yes.
Madam Carlyle has asked me to be of assistance to you. I trust
Okay.
you've had a good look around. Are you ready to see the crime scene now?
Yeah.
I am.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
Crime. No, it's not. Just like run in there, punch her in the face.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madam Carlyle are of a delicate nature.
Oh, thank
You
you.
may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death.
Yes.
You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow.
Oh, can I come?
Madam's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madam Carlyle
How are you
is
today,
still
sir?
alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm an investigator.
You need to step back a
Before
few
you
steps,
inspect
sir.
the crime scene, I will tell you this.
Yeah.
The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madam Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning.
Ow.
The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madam Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
That's brutal. Killed himself. Oh, what's that?
Throat markings indicate a short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Bit that. Checking up and down the walls. Ooh. Pull this book. Yeah.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I think the crime scene has more clues, 47.
Oh. I'm gonna go back in there now, okay. It doesn't. Oh no, it does. Never mind. Wait, I found it. On that computer.
Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
this guy's chilling outside of a crime scene. Wait, that's something else.
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Butler? Where's the butler gone? Are you the butler? Don't tell me where the butler is, I'll cut your head off.
Aaron Ford Jr. calling from Morgan Yates.
Where's the butler?
Oh, stop pacing, for God's sake, Emma.
Why don't we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rude, that's what it is. Making us come here to play funeral and then show up like nothing's the least bit strange.
Oh, don't get your knickers all twisted.
I'm telling you, she's not fit to be in charge.
I think we better go upstairs.
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
Wait, where's Butler though? Bro, I'm trying to find the Butler. So it goes to the Butler to see what information he's prepared for. What does that mean? Oh, it's not there. Never knew it'd be so hard to find a Butler. Are you the Butler? You the Butler? Where the hell is the Butler? Can't you just ask for a case file?
Can't you tell me about anything? I
Hey,
should
so-
probably...
Oh, no,
right,
yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Patrick is giving you a really hard time. You deserve better than that, Lawrence.
You know what a Butler is, bro? I'm trying to find Butler. Oh my god, I'm not too sure. But I'm not.
Did you want to check on the undertaker in charge of the funeral? I got word he's upset with Madame Carlyle.
I did, sir. Did not check. Yeah.
Looking good today, sir.
Where's the Butler? I'm very confused. She said go to the Butler to see what information he's prepared for me. And that's what I've done. Ah, I'll pull this book. I'll come through here. It's a peephole. Peepholes.
Can't you just relax for a minute?
And that solicitor upstairs. Why do you think he's here?
I think solicitors are mother's favorite kind of thing.
With a handsome face like that, I bet you've worked with a...
I should
put a pin
let
in
you
it.
get back to
Yeah.
it.
Sorry.
That guy looks weird.
Just remembered I went to the dog greenhouse last night.
Ah, found you, finally.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the
Yeah,
staff
keep
were
it real.
off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here is the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Right, F1. You intel F1, what do you think I'm pressing?
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive means an opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Okay. I'll just say who it is then.
Mr. Patrick, can I do anything for you?
Yes, actually. Could you speed up time so I don't die of boredom?
Okay.
Perhaps a brisk walk in the garden.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Oh. Okay, right. Chill. I need to find some more evidence that he died by the butt. No, I don't have any evidence. I just said.
Greetings, sir.
It's the easiest one. She's got some more evidence. I need to search the place.
Maybe we should get back to...
I should let you go.
Yeah.
Making out on job.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory. His room.
I like the fact he's not another knuckle-dragging rugby washout.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make it to Emma's room. Sorry.
Mister, you should not be sneaking around here. You might
Sorry.
get hurt.
Okay, I'm doing it. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Made it. This is so safe. Alright. What's this? This is important. I can tell. Right, there's no one here. A letter opener. Letter.
Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens. A keychain pendant for the greenhouse. What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing?
Okay. So I don't need to make it greenhouse or I can't do this right now. I can't, it's too hard. Why is it not letting me find flooding? Why won't it let me? Just let me scale the floor. I got this stupid game. Bro, why won't it let me scale it? Look. This is when I start to give up with this game. Look, that came up. I've done it.
What?
Yeah, what you said.
What?
Patrick token to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Of course.
Okay. I've come to a conclusion. Can I go tell this guy who did it now? So, I'm getting annoyed. Oh, butler, where are you?
Patrick Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexia used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitman,
How are you, sir?
you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me.
How
when
do
you
I not have it? Oh. Say you do. He's saying like he's committed suicide. He's committed suicide, and that's fine. I'll give up with this. I'll give up with this. This is like the most frustrating case. Nothing suspicious in here. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna give up in a sec. You come here. me.
Would you mind taking a few steps away from me, please?
Hey, sorry.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange.
Is that Emma?
You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else? Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except... perhaps I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
I'm ready. I have to be ready now. This house is too big.
The whole situation isn't normal.
Come on.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
How? I'm sorry. I don't know. I need to find the woman herself.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
That is Alexa Carlyle, unofficial leader of the Providence Partners, and last one to be alive.
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
Hello, sir.
Taking too long. It's getting annoying. There is literally nothing here. Okay, thanks for watching guys, see you in the next one, bye.